Imagine your city's skyline, a familiar panorama etched in your mind. Familiar, bustling with life, a constant hum of activity and seemingly permanent, an unshakable fixture of your world. But what if, in a single blinding moment, everything changed? What if the foundations of your reality were ripped away in an instant? What if a nuclear weapon detonated nearby, turning the familiar into the unrecognizable? This isn't science fiction, a far-fetched tale for entertainment. It's a question that forces us to confront the fragility of our world, the delicate balance upon which our lives are built. The detonation of a nuclear bomb is not just an explosion, a simple act of destruction. It's a catastrophic transformation, a reshaping of the landscape and the very fabric of society. First comes the blinding flash, an instantaneous burst of light brighter than the sun, then a wave of crushing force and searing heat, a physical manifestation of unimaginable power, followed by an invisible, deadly threat, a silent killer that lingers long after the initial blast. This story isn't about fear, about succumbing to panic and despair, but about understanding the power we wield. And the responsibility that comes with it, the burden of ensuring such a catastrophe never occurs. We'll walk through the immediate devastation and the lingering aftermath, the chaos and the long road to recovery, step by step, examining the challenges and the choices that would confront us. How would we react in the face of such overwhelming destruction? Where would we find safety, a refuge from the storm of radiation and despair? What would survival look like in a world irrevocably changed, stripped bare of its comforts and certainties? Exploring this scenario is about preparedness, not just in a practical sense, but also mental and physical, cultivating the resilience needed to face the unimaginable, to grasp the stakes, to truly understand what's at risk. Let's see the world through the eyes of those who would endure it, those who would have to rebuild from the ashes. The story begins in a single, unimaginable instant, a moment that would forever alter the course of history. It starts without any warning signs, an unforeseen event unfolding in the blink of an eye. Then an instantaneous burst of light erupts, a flash brighter than 1,000 suns, searing the sky. This intense light can blind you instantly, even miles away from ground zero, leaving lasting damage. Next, a wave of heat radiates outward at an incredible speed, igniting fires in its path and causing severe burns far beyond the immediate blast radius. Everything flammable is instantly set ablaze. The city becomes a raging furnace in mere seconds, an inferno consuming everything in its wake. Then comes the blast wave, a physical manifestation of destruction. It's a wall of compressed air that shatters buildings, ripping apart structures with unimaginable force. It flattens homes, reducing them to piles of rubble and splintered wood, and tosses cars like toys, sending them hurtling through the air with terrifying ease. Those closest to the epicenter are instantly vaporized by the extreme heat. Further out, people face the blinding light, a desperate attempt to shield themselves from its intensity. Searing heat that scorches skin, and the crushing force of the blast wave in rapid succession, a devastating combination. In moments, the city is reduced to a smoldering ruin, a testament to the destructive power unleashed. Fire, smoke, and utter chaos reign supreme everywhere, a landscape of devastation. The world as we know it is irrevocably gone, replaced by a scene of unimaginable destruction and despair. After the blast, a new danger emerges: nuclear fallout. The explosion vaporizes everything nearby, sending radioactive dust into the sky. As the fallout settles, it contaminates everything it touches: air, water, soil. Radiation is invisible and deadly, causing severe illness or death. Even those far from the blast can be at risk as the wind carries fallout for miles. Survival depends on getting inside, staying inside, and waiting for radiation levels to drop. Basements or windowless rooms offer the best protection. The first 48 hours are critical. Shelter can mean the difference between life and death. The immediate horrors are just the beginning. Infrastructure, power, water communication would be destroyed, triggering secondary crises. Fallout contaminates land and water, making food and water sources dangerous for years. Survivors face increased cancer risk, disease, and psychological trauma. Society fractures as millions become refugees, overwhelming governments and resources. The environment is devastated. Ecosystems collapse and recovery could take centuries. The economic impact is catastrophic, crippling entire nations. In this new world, survival is a daily struggle. The shadow of the mushroom cloud lingers for generations. Survival in the face of such a catastrophe is indeed possible, but it hinges entirely on the depth of your knowledge and the extent of your preparation. Understanding the threats and proactively planning for them is paramount. The key to immediate survival is to avoid fallout at all costs. Seek shelter immediately, finding the most secure location available. Time is of the essence in those critical moments. Stay put within your shelter, and wait patiently for official instructions from emergency services. Do not venture out prematurely. An emergency kit, stocked with essential supplies, including non-perishable food, ample water, a battery-powered radio for information, and a comprehensive first aid kit, is absolutely essential for sustaining life during the initial aftermath. Only when it's officially declared safe will survivors cautiously emerge into a drastically changed world, forever altered by the devastation. The long road to recovery will inevitably take generations, a testament to the scale of the destruction. This recovery demanding unprecedented global cooperation, resource sharing, and immense financial resources. The immediate focus shifts away from basic survival and transitions towards the arduous tasks of rebuilding communities and beginning the long process of healing. This grim scenario serves as a stark and unsettling reminder of precisely what is at stake should such an event occur. It underscores the critical need for lasting peace, proactive diplomacy on a global scale, and ultimately, the complete and verifiable elimination of all nuclear weapons from the face of the Earth. Our choices and actions today will ultimately determine whether this remains a chilling nightmare confined to the realm of hypothetical scenarios, or tragically becomes a devastating reality that reshapes our world forever. The future of humanity depends entirely on our collective responsibility and unwavering commitment to keeping the looming shadow of nuclear war permanently at bay.